What's up, YouTube? Floyd T. Rounds, Bones to Muscles Fitness. Three reviews. Three reviews in one day. I'm actually going to pull off three. I've never done this. Actually, three videos, I'm sorry. Two reviews and just a general video. I've never done three in one day. As you can see on my channel, I only have like about 11 or 12 videos total. So, I decided to do this video titled Cheap Proteins versus Quality Proteins, or more expensive proteins. Does it make a difference? Does it matter? And I know it's a question a lot of people have. You probably have the same question if you're watching this video. So I decided to address it. First thing you may be thinking in your head is like, your skinny ass, why should I listen to your skinny ass? And I am slim, but as I mentioned in all my video intros, I'm 6'4", and right now I'm around 190, so I may look a little slim. But when I first started working out, I was 158, so if you think I'm skinny now, just imagine how I looked then. I was just thin as hell. So I've actually been able to make some good gains, Of course, I should have some before pictures somewhere. If I can find one, I'll post one eventually. But, so I've actually put on 30 pounds over the past 3 years. That's about 10 pounds a year. If I ate really heavier, I could probably get to 200. And I'm working on a program to where I can actually make that happen this year. So I'll keep you posted on that. So that's why I can speak on protein. I've taken a bunch of proteins. Of course, Body Fortress, which I speak about a lot. I still take that. I just did a review on Nutrex Muscle Infusion Black. I've also taken Optimum Nutrition. I've taken Body Tech and a few other ones. So I do speak on the proteins. And the question at hand is, cheap protein versus more expensive protein. Doesn't matter. And there's a lot of ways to look at this. Some people say that it doesn't matter. Some people say that it does matter. And there are different aspects of it. You can look at other channels. I've watched other guys over the years that have kind of inspired me, such as the Hodge twins, Twin Muscle Workout, C.T. Fletcher, Mike Rashid, who I watch sometimes, Chris Jones. I enjoy watching him, as well as Cali Muscle. People like that who, if you've noticed, they started off actually on Body Fortress, on cheap proteins, and now they have more expensive, higher quality proteins because some of those guys are sponsored. So, if somebody gave me free protein, I'd take the shit too, I won't lie. But it is higher quality, and, some of them have explained the difference in it. So just to get to that, some people equate it to putting cheap gas in your car versus putting more quality gas in your car. Same thing with like store brand versus expensive brand. A lot of different ways to look at it. Just the thing about it is cheaper proteins tend to have more fillers in them in order to, pass the test that they need to be able to pass to be sold as proteins. Body Fortress, of course, is one where a lot of people think that, and actually it's mentioned too that, there is, you're not really getting the protein out of it that it say you are. If it says 52 grams per 2 scoops, you may actually be getting half of that through the fillers. And I have to do more research on that, just to get into the details of that. Because there's so many different studies. Some say it's not all the protein. Some say it is. So the shit can be confusing. Versus Optimum Nutrition or name brand protein where, if it says 25 grams per scoop, you're getting 25 grams per scoop. One thing about the higher quality brands is that, it really is more protein, less fillers. And the reason why I say that is because you can simple things about them. They just mix well and, they work well with your stomach versus a cheaper protein that you have to adjust to and get used to. You can kind of taste the difference in them a little bit as far as on that. But when it comes down to actual gains, actual effect, in my experience, whether a cheap protein has a filler or a bunch of fillers versus a high quality protein that probably still has some degree of fillers, whether it's, minute, there's really not much difference in actual gains. I'll just be straight up. It's not much difference. And one good example, if you look back on Physiques of Greatness channel, Chris Jones actually did a good review about a year or two ago when he was walking through Walmart. But he was actually still on the Body Fortress. And he mentioned that, you can look at it as having two identical people. In my case, two me's. I'm 33 years old, 6 feet, 4 inches. And let's just say I was 180 pounds. And, and I had a twin that with the same exact genetics, same exact dimensions. We both started taking proteins. I decided to take the Body Fortress protein, and my twin decides to take, Dymatize or Optimal Nutrition, a higher quality protein, for like 4 or 5 months. And pretty much, if we're doing the same workout, the same lifting, eating the same outside of the protein, after about 4 or 5 months, if you look at me and my twin, we will still be pretty much the exact same size. It's not that much of a difference. And what you should understand and get from this video is that, you can go into GNC, and they got me when I first started working out like a lot of other people. You'll walk in there, and it's all pretty. You see these proteins, and they're like $50 for like 2 pounds, which I never pay that shit to get in my life. I just ordered it online if I want some higher quality. Or Vitamin Shop, to me, is a lot cheaper. And Vitamin World is a lot cheaper than GNC. So I say stay away from GNC and go to any other supplement shop to save money. But, they got me at first the same way. So I would say, I forgot kind of where I was going with that, but let me get back to the video. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter as far as actual gains. If you have the money in your pocket to get a higher quality protein, then, you can go pay maybe $30 to $40 something for 2 pounds. But, if you don't have that money, if you have enough to go to Walmart, and here in the metro Atlanta area, most Walmarts sell the Body Fortress protein, for example, and the 6-star also. You can get those at Walmart for, between 15 and 17 bucks. I think the 6-star protein is more like on the 18 side, and the isolates in Body Fortress and 6-star is also about like $18, $19. And the Walmart here even sells muscle milk. They sell that as well, which is a leaner protein for about 20 bucks. So you got those options that you can get. If your money's a little funny, go with that, because, you're going to get the same amount of gains. It's all about really the hard work you put in the gym. That's what it comes down to. The hard work you put in the gym. I don't think that the $20 difference in protein, is that $20 difference worth another pound or two? Because that's about all you may get from an expensive protein versus taking a cheaper protein. It's not going to be that drastic. And sometimes I could kind of get caught up in it too when I go to a vitamin shop, which is where I usually get my proteins when I'm not buying Body Fortress. And, every time you're checking out, they have the muscle magazine with the bodybuilders on it. And, every page just about is a different bodybuilder advertising a different protein. And they're all glistened up with a baby oil and just did like 300 push-ups and just did a whole workout. And now they're doing a photo shoot. And it's convincing. You can think that if you take that, you're going to look like that. But, those guys are probably taking other stuff as well that they're not talking about in the ad. And they've been lifting for a while, and they're lifting heavy weight, and they're competing, so they're going to look a certain way versus, your average Joe guy that's lifting and trying to stay in shape. So don't get caught up in what you see in the magazines, because it's really all about hard work. The protein brand is not going to matter that much. I don't see you getting more than a pound or two. If you're doing the same workout, I don't see you getting more than a pound or two size, from a more quality protein than you'll get from a Body Fortress or a cheaper protein. And of course, the one thing about the cheaper proteins also, like the Body Fortress and the 6 Star, just regular whey protein, is that they have a little bit of creatine in them too. So of course, you know, you may get a little size just from the water weight with those, versus the whey protein isolates. And the higher quality proteins usually may have more, you know, more protein, you know, than the cheaper one. So it's a good question. You know, there are a lot of ways to look at it, but just take from this video, hope I didn't confuse you, but just take from this video that the quality of the protein, you know, it's not going to be that much of a difference versus, you know, what you would get, you know, with a high quality versus a low quality. I'd say, you know, if Body Fortress is accessible to you and it's affordable, get Body Fortress. Take that. You know, versus, you know, if you have the extra dollars, you know, you can go in the vitamin shop. I say don't do GNC because everything in GNC is just way too high. And, you know, go in the vitamin shop, Vitamin World, any other supplement shop, man, and, you know, you can find quality stuff like Optimal Nutrition, which I say a lot because I like that kind. You know, for like mid-20s, you know, 23, 24, 25, depending on where you live, you know, no more than $30. And, you know, get your gains with that. You know, don't get caught up in the GNC. And also, Sam's and Costco is a good place to get protein from as well. They have you know, Sam's has the EAS protein. They also have a GNC protein there. If you like GNC protein, you can actually get that cheaper from Sam's. So that's the only time I would say get a GNC protein is if you want to get it from Sam's. Costco has the big 5-pound containers of the Combat protein, which I haven't had yet. And they also have muscle milk too, that you can get, you know, in bulk for a really good price. So, you know, get your proteins from those places. Don't fool with GNC. You know, I hope they don't slam me on my video for this, but, you know, Sam's, Costco, Walmart, or supplement shops versus, you know, such as Vitamin Shop, Vitamin World, places like that where you can actually get reasonable protein for a reasonable price. And that's my take on it. It's not all about the protein as much as it is about your diet, your sleep, your rest, and your work ethic in the gym. Whether you're doing heavy weight, low reps, or lighter weight, high reps, just work your ass off, and you'll get gains. So that's the moral of the video. Whether it's cheap or expensive, it's all about work ethic, working hard in the gym, also having a balanced diet, and getting your rest when you rest. And that's about it. So that's my take on it. Cheap proteins versus expensive proteins. Does it matter? Not really. But, you know, you got the details. That's all I got. Floyd T. Rounds, Bones and Muscles Fitness. Thanks for checking me out. You know, leave your comments. You can slam me. You know, call me Skinny Bastard or say you love it. You know, at the end of the day, I don't care about negativity. You know, I just bounce off that. But I do want to see your constructive comments, as well as suggestions, you know, criticism, anything you want to post it, and we'll just go from there. So thanks for watching. Comment, say what you want. I read them all. I appreciate it. And peace.